Hello everyone. How you doing today? This is going to be a video about dealing with, anxiety and how I rid myself of the feelings and the thought forms that have direct connections to the feelings of anxiety. For one, I would recommend you get yourself an object, maybe a necklace of sorts that have beads, or get yourself marbles or rocks that you can put into a bowl. If not in the necklace form, get some that you can put into a bowl where you can count. Okay, at first it's going to be something that seems fairly difficult because of the fact that you have so much chatter going on in your head. And do this when you are feeling like there's just no hope, when you're feeling that the words and thoughts that are coming through your head are just too overbearing. If you can get access to, as I was saying, a bowl of marbles, pebbles, I'm sure your grandma could have them, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, you will have some kind of something that you can count and drop down. And continuously focus on dropping these tools back into the bowl or the plate, whatever surface or whatever you have that you can put them into. And don't think that, really during this process, you don't really have to think about anything. You just take your objects and count. It's literally just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of like the term counting sheep. It's very much so like that. 1, 2 in your head. You can count them in your head, or you can say it aloud. Myself, I count in my head. If I'm doing a meditation and I want to calm my mind down, I'll take 3 deep breaths and then I just start counting in my head backwards from 100. You can count backward from 100, or you could take your marbles. I would prefer, myself, I prefer marbles or beads. You can count barrettes, you can count spoons, you can count forks or butter knives, it doesn't matter. I would say something relatively small though, so that you can have, easier access to them. And you count them. And what this is going to do, as you count each of the beads or each of whatever object you have when you're dropping them into, your bowl, you are distracting yourself from feeling that anxiety. You are distracting yourself from feeling your body seizing up, from your nervousness, from your, from your anger. It's a distraction, but it's a very good distraction. That if you keep, so good that if you continue to practice this, within a week, you're going to see results. So you continuously count, drop them down. Once they're done, you pick them up again until you feel that these thoughts that you don't want are gone. Until you feel like you actually can get out there and you can take on whatever it is, whatever objective you have during that day, whatever task, whatever work day, whatever employee that's been harassing you. This is just a little thing that I use to take my mind off of the things that don't matter, because that anxiety isn't anything that's going to help you, because it doesn't matter. It's not something that actually matters. It's a distraction to keep you from actually living your life. So you are very much so allowed to take control of that. Don't let it control you. If you're someone who doesn't like to have objects or touch anything while you're sitting with yourself, you can literally just sit and count the numbers, count backward from 100. And then when you're done and you reach 0, then count up to 100. Do this until you feel like your mind has calmed down. And it will work. There's also, another thing that I like to do with myself as well is that's affirming my self-confidence and telling myself I am empowered. I am someone that loves myself unconditionally. I do matter. I am valid. My feelings are valid. I will have a good day. While you're doing these processes, you're telling yourself these things so that it can get to the point where that actually does come to fruition, where it does happen. Because it truly does help to do these things. It's terrible to not have control of your mind, to not have control of yourself, to not have self-confidence. But it can be fixed. This is not something that is incurable. It can be cured. It may take time, but there is definitely always a way out. There was always another way around it. Even when it feels like there's no hope, there always is hope. And there will always be another way, another option. Don't take the easy way, because the easy way is giving up. You can do this. You're all powerful souls, amazing creatures. You can do amazing things if you just allow yourself, if you just get out of your own way. Because most of us, at the end of the day, we're in our own way. We get in our own way. We step on our own toes. And there's no reason to let that continue to happen. I love you all.